Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Our show today is A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. Today's topic, I'm really looking forward to exploring this, the power of music, unity, division and emotional influence. I'm Caroline HEWARD. I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be representing Dr. Jacqueline as your host for USA Global TV and Radio's flagship show. I'm a TV presenter and the resident therapist for USA Global TV and Radio. A very warm welcome to our loyal viewers and our friends at E360 TV and our usual friends on social media, which is YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. Dr. Jacqueline, I need to share this with you because it's very exciting. And if you don't know, if you're here for the first time, this is really wonderful and exciting news to share with you. Dr. Jacqueline, our founder and president and chief listening officer and executive producer, is on her travels launching her book. And she is, I think, in Paris at the moment. And she is the executive producer of USA Global TV and Radio. She is in the coveted position of winning the YouTube Silver Creator Award, and that's achieving over 100,000 subscribers. We now have over 105,000 subscribers to our first YouTube channel, which is the channel that won this coveted award. We have on our second channel over 35,000 subscribers. So we are really here in this place of having so many subscribers because we are changing lives, we are changing people's perceptions, and we are offering hope, entertainment and inspiration, as well as education. We have 2 YouTube channels, we have 6 Facebook channels, we have 2 Instagram channels, TikTok, X, Amazon, and many more. We are distributed by E360 TV, Zizzle TV, where we are on Roku, Apple, and around 50 plus channels. I am so excited to share with you that we have our usual and full-time resident panelist, Reverend LYDIA FOUGERES. She is joining us all the way from Canada. And I was very sad to not have her with us last week. She had internet issues where her tree had broken down and taken all of her internet. So I'm absolutely thrilled that she's able to be with us today because she lives in the country. And at the same time, she is under the weather when things change. So our Reverend LYDIA is a TV presenter on this channel, USA Global TV and Radio. She is an author. She's bilingual self-help author. She's a registered nurse. She is a holistic nurse and an intuitive and spiritual healer. She's invented Miracle Mist, which is patent pending, and she's an advocate for free rights. And she also is going to be launching our first French channel. I'm sure that she'll tell you more about that. Let's please welcome Reverend LYDIA FOUGERES.
Thank you. Nice to have me.
It's so wonderful to have you here. all in the flesh, so to speak. Please do share with our viewers, Reverend Lydia, a little bit about who you are and how you help them.
Well, I am a reverend to start with, so I do celebrate weddings. I do baptize also. I help immigrants adapt to Canada. I help them with their rights. I do help them a lot with their rights. I help them find lodging also. I do a lot of that because lodging is very difficult to find. I do mentorship. I do some programs actually for people to find themselves because finding oneself is not always easy. So I help people go deep into themselves to actually find peace inside. What I do is also, I do Zoom conferences where I explain my book that is 111 Reflection for Thy Earth Odyssey. I have 2 tomes. A third one is coming out yet. And what I do is that I explain my books because those are those are self-help reflection books. So I help people with my programs and I help adapt in life in difficult circumstances. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Reverend Lydia. And for me, I'm also known as the Harley Street Stress Expert. I'm Caroline HEWARD, and I've been doing stress management work for clients for 25 years now. I began this journey in 2000 after my father passed away and went into a depression, didn't realize I was in it, was looking for answers, and then I found where I was immediately realized that I'd helped myself, and more to the point, I'd trained and got specialist gifts to help others, which began my new career. I also do lunch and learn talks over Zoom or in person, and I help people with identifying the root cause of what creates their initial stress, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, or behavioral. And so whether it manifests as a neck pain, back pain, or digestive problems, or whether it's an intimacy relationship issue, whether it's anxiety, depression, whether it's not sleep, whether it's grieving issues, it's the imbalance, and identify the root cause by going into the blueprint of the person and obliterating the first initial place of where it first originated. And I have been doing that for 25 years, and I've solved my own anxiety and depression over the years over different things. You can find me here on Thursday. I will be back. I do one show a month, which is I'm part of the Talking Heads expert panel for the channel, and I will be presenting at 4 p.m. British Summer Time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and I have my own show where I will be looking at different issues, and this week it'll be on families in crisis. So a little bit more about me a little later on. So let's get into the topic. The power of music, unity, division, and emotional influence. Music is often called the universal language that transcends borders, it transcends cultures and generations. It brings us together in celebration, in protest, it evokes memories, it divides us through lyrics. It has a genre that has cultural associations. We are going to explore music and how it impacts both society and the individual. And as a quote, music is the universal language of mankind. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So let's look at music being a unifier, bringing people together. What are your thoughts, Reverend Olivia, on how does music act as a universal language that unites people across cultures and generations? Can you share a moment that music in your life brought people together, either whether it be a concert, a protest, a national event, or even a cultural celebration?
Well, music actually brings people together, but also divides. So from my point of view, it brings people together a lot more. There is this beautiful song lately that is sang by Dean Davis, Dean Lewis. It's called "How Do I Say Goodbye?" So you and I are very concerned because we have lost our father. But actually, this song is so beautiful. It can relate to anyone that has had a loss. So we actually have a song that anyone can relate to and feel the loss, the grief, but at the same time, we find how to say goodbye to a person through that song. So it brings people together, people that mourn. Well, that song actually is absolutely beautiful, and there are so many beautiful songs. So The Lady in Red, songs like that, those are beautiful songs. So the thing is that it does unify. It Music is actually a form of speech. I know people that do not know how to express themselves, and what they do is they will send a song to someone instead. This is the way they communicate, and it is a very beautiful way. So when they are happy or in love or whatever, they want to express themselves, they will send a song. Well, I do that. I'm a person that actually, when I want to share a feeling, I send a song. So I'm a person that actually does that. So I unify with a person through a song because sometimes we do not have the right words, and someone else wrote them for us. So we should be very happy because someone else thought about the words for us. So we might write books, but does not mean we can write songs. So that is the way I feel. It unifies absolutely. It makes life miraculous. Singing, music is amazing. But there is something also. Have you ever realized that when you're waiting online and they say, bear with me, that according to the music, your mood shifts? Because that is the way it works. If you have terrible music, your bear with me will be horrible. While if the music is calm, it will be soothing and you'll be more patient with the person. So that's the way I feel, Caroline.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. You know, when you mentioned Lady in Red, that used to be my song. I was always in red. and I was known as the Lady in Red when that came out. And it just piqued a memory, reminded me and made me smile, the Lady in Red. And also to pick up on your point about music while you're waiting, there is, and I can't remember who it is that I'm calling, but one of the people that I'm calling, I think it might be my energy company, actually asks you, would you like, while you're waiting, soft music, a soft tone, so that you know that we're waiting, that we know that you're there, or do you want something more harsher? And so I always press soft tone, and every now and again it goes bing, bing. And that's the soft tone. And it's sort of, it's so interesting, you know, you were mentioning that, because I know for sure in my studies when I was in marketing that McDonald's have very bright seats and very bright surroundings, and their music is very fast because they actually want you to get in and get out. They don't want you to be there for a long time, and that's the nature of that. It's turning over covers and seats very quickly. So music, yes, does depend. It does change your mood and your tempo, and it definitely changes the way that you feel and the way that you can be in a good mood. And if you're then confronted with something that's quite heavy in music, like heavy metal for me, doesn't really do it for me. And it makes me feel like very heavy. So I'm just actually thinking about anthems that bring us together. And in thinking about anthems that bring us together, I've been a member of an organizations for many years. And one of the anthems that we do before a formal dinner is the national anthem. So when I was part of this organization, it was God Save the Queen. And now that's changed to God Save the King. And it feels really odd for me because for many, many, many years, we've been singing God Save the Queen. And it just makes me feel teary and emotional and patriotic. And at the same time, it also makes me feel that I belong. What are your thoughts about national anthems and the fact that do you think that they bring people together?
Absolutely. They really bring people together because in my school, I went to English school naturally. In my school, we actually sang O Canada. Well, we started by Our Father, then we sang O Canada, then we sang God Save the Queen also. And now it is God Save the King. And I feel very I love the king very much. So I always felt that I was with the British people. I always felt that the Commonwealth is like a beautiful family of countries, and we are just one big happy family. And I always was proud of being part of the Commonwealth. And I always thought that we should always be in the Commonwealth. So this God Save the Queen and God Save the King actually gives this sense of belonging, like you said. And it is wonderful. Like when we are in the brownies, when we are in the scouts, whatever, we have a specific song and we grow up and we still remember that song and we never forget the song because it is part of our upbringing and it is part of the fact that we are still in our heart a brownie, a scout, or whatever. So this is part of who we are. We really love being part of a group, and a song associates us to a certain group. So if we are in a positive group, we will react in a positive way, but there are very heavy songs with very terrible words. And when people listen to them over and over and over again, well, only negative can get from that. So music can divide also, like you said in your topic. So music can unify, music can divide, and music can hurt a population also, as well as bring it together. So we have to be careful to what kind of music we listen to, because those words, so we have to be careful to what kind of music our children is listening to. So our children that are listening to YouTube all the time, and we have to we have to listen to what they are listening to. We are responsible for what they are listening to, because what they're listening to is actually a part of what we are educating them to be. So if we let them listen to very negative music, well, we are responsible for the actions that will come from what they hear and they think is correct. If it is in the songs that they repeatedly hear over and over again. So that is the way I feel.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. Some really valuable, insightful shares there. I totally agree with you in terms of being careful about the lyrics that we listen to. And just before we go over to our short commercial break, I did want to mention that that the American national anthem, My Country, 'Tis of Three, which is also known as America, also brings me very emotional and very teary, because I have a lot to do with America in terms of my training. And there is national anthems for every country. And what I do really like about anybody that's singing a national anthem for their country, and I'm seeing it and witnessing it before a sports game, always, no matter which country it is, makes me feel emotional. So now we're going to go to our short commercial break. Please come back and rejoin us, where we explore more about how music influences us. Be back very shortly. Bye-bye for now.
In a world that moves fast, there's strength in the woman who moves with grace. Introducing Bay London, where confidence meets craftsmanship. Each piece is intentionally designed for the woman who knows her worth, crafted from luxurious Italian eco-fabrics that feel as good as they look. With elegant coverage, effortless support, and timeless style, our swimwear celebrates both your body and your essence. Founded by fashion expert Carrie Sykes, Bay London is made for women who want to feel sexy, stylish, and seen. From poolside to beachside, sunrise to sunset, Bay London outfits you for every moment that matters. Because beauty isn't about age, it's how you wear your confidence. Bay London, confidence, elegance, effortless luxury. Visit baylondon.com. Act now for your exclusive friends and family discount of $35. Scan the QR code. Bay London, where confidence meets craftsmanship. Proud sponsor of USA Global TV and Radio.
Hello and welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio, and exploring our topic, the power of music, unity, division, and emotional influence. We are in the show A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. And a warm welcome back to all our viewers. If you were with us before the break, and if you've just joined us either on the live or the replay, a warm welcome to you. So let's get a little bit further into the topic, Reverend Lydia. And you mentioned a couple of times just before the break about the negative activities or the negative connotations of music. And I have one that I'd like to share with you that was something that we were all singing when we were younger. And it was a song called War by Edwin Starr. And it was released around the Vietnam War time, and it became the anti-war anthem. And it sparked debate, patriotism, and also military involvement. So this song was very much wanting peace, but you can't have peace without invoking a negative reaction against the systems, and it became known as the anti-war anthem. What are your thoughts about that? Have you heard of the song War by Edwin Starr?
No, I never actually heard the song War, but I have a little anecdote about that. There was Mother Teresa was asked to walk against war when she was in the United States. She was asked to walk against the war, the Vietnam War. And she answered very calmly. She said, "I will not walk against war with you. I will walk for peace," which is the same walk, but said differently. So when we want to express ourselves, we have to be very careful to the words we use. So if we want something that is against war, we do not talk about war, actually. We do not talk about fighting. We talk about peace. We talk about respect. We talk about love. We talk about unity. We do not mention war. That is not the way to go. That is not the way I would go. So that would not be my road.
I'm in total agreement with you. I was nodding my head behind the scenes. You're absolutely right. And at the same time, it took a lot for me to learn that in terms of my own training, that if we don't want something, we should be focused on what we do want rather than on what we don't want. And for the average person, they will tend to say we don't want something, and therefore it creates more of that what we don't want. And so I loved your analogy of Mother Teresa actually walking for peace. That's such a brilliant analogy of that demonstrates perfectly, you know, how you create what you want. And it brings me onto other songs that were very deep in my childhood that I was just singing, you know, and not even realizing it was about a specific person or a specific thing that had gone on. And one of them was called Free Nelson Mandela, which was in 1984. Do you remember that song? No. Again, it went global, but it was done by the Specials. They were known as the Special AKA band, and it was written by the founder of the band. And it was actually about the anti-apartheid movement. And the song was Free Nelson Mandela, and essentially he was imprisoned, you know, for his beliefs, for his speaking out against the apartheid. And there was this song that we were just singing and dancing to, and not even realizing it was about a person that was incarcerated. And this song was part of the way that he became free. And because so many people were talking about it and so many people were singing it worldwide, that he became free. And it started with a song. And the other one that I wanted to share was, did you hear the song Band-Aid from Band-Aid, Do They Know It's Christmas? Yes,
I did.
Now that was 1984 as well. I had a good teenagehood. In 1984, Bob Geldof and Midge Ure, they were horrified about the Ethiopian famine, and so they penned a song together called Do They Know It's Christmas? And even when I just think about it now, it makes me feel emotional, you know. And then there was a live concert to raise money. So it was a charity concert, a charity song, and people came together. And I do feel that people can collaborate and do wonderful things through song. What are your thoughts and feelings about the Do They Know It's Christmas song and what it did, how it changed the way people even found out that there was a crisis in Ethiopia?
Well, first of all, people did not know, but many did not want to know. So it is the way, music is a way to awaken people. And if someone does not want to know through the news, they do not want to know through the newspaper, well, write a song, because music is on the radio. So just write a song about it, because, you know, they're going to be overwhelmed with how many times that song will play. And they will have to listen to the words eventually. So I think that's the best way to actually get your message through. So if you really want to send a message, write a song.
It's so right that, you know, this was before the times of social media, that, you know, we found out that there was a famine in another part of the world. And I think about that time, there's probably only 4 or 5 channels in the UK at that time. And and it just sparked an outcry. It really did, because we didn't know. We were having, not eating, and we were in quite a luxurious space of consumerism at that time, and completely unaware that there was a famine in another part of the world. And it sparked We Are the World, which was the supergroup USA for Africa in March '85. And that was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. And that was for raising funds for the famine relief in Africa. And this was just something that I think at that time, the Western part of the world had no idea, no clue. And probably the first way that social media made change, so I feel that music really it brought people together. It was a collaboration. It raised money. It raised awareness of situations that were not so glamorous, and it made change for the world. And I feel very humbled by that, because I had no idea. And when they were showing some of the pictures, it made me very tearful, and it made me very conscious about what was going on in other parts of the world, because I didn't do news at that time. So how else would I have found out? So yes, you're absolutely right, through song. So music can be a divider, and there are many ways that it can divide and provoke challenges with people. What are your thoughts about Imagine by John Lennon, which was released in 1971?
Well, I do think that is the song of songs. Who does not know that song? Really, who does not know that song? Because imagine a world without war, imagine only peace. That song is perfect. You see, he probably died because of that song. So when you think about the sacrifice he made for that song, we always have to remember that John Lennon wrote a song that should be in history forever and ever. And I remember my child was 5 years old, and she knew the song by heart. I used to sing that song all the time. And my daughter, that was 5 years old, only knew the national anthem and Imagine. So if there is a song to choose for a child, let them know your national anthem. And if you have to choose among all the songs of the world, let them know Imagine, because it is the one.
I have the same feelings. Imagine always evokes an emotional response for me. Imagine there's no borders, there's no religion, there's no war. Just made me feel like utopia. But, sort of I want to also share with you through my research, I actually found that some people considered that this song was anti-religion and promoting the fact that we should be atheists, that we shouldn't be religious people. We imagine there's no religion. And so he was ostracized for it. But it has become, in recent times, known as the ultimate peace song. And, that was at the time, it was 1971, which was a very different time. And at the same time, it was because they were so famous that they were listening to every single word and changing the narrative of what he wanted it to be about. And in an interview much later, before he died, he said that it was a peace song. It was to imagine a world that's like living on earth, heaven on earth. So we are at the end of our time, and I had so many more questions and things to share. Maybe we should do more, another part 2. So just to finish, I would like to sum up: where words fail, music speaks. And that's a quote by Hans Christian Andersen. Please do share with our viewers, Reverend Lydia, how people can reach you and the best way to contact you.
People can reach me in Canada with on WhatsApp or by text at 1514-582-6882, 1514-582-6882. They can actually purchase my books on Amazon, 111 Reflection for Thy Earth Odyssey. They can reach me on LinkedIn because my name is Lydia Guillain Fougere, so I have two names. And also they can write to me at greatdivinemother@gmail.com. I always answer, and I am always pleased to have someone reach out to me. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia. And you can reach me on No More Stress at live.co.uk or reach out on, if you're international, +44 and then 7523 120 189, or if you're local, 07523 120 189. You can contact me through LinkedIn, follow me on social media. LinkedIn and Facebook are my preferred social media platforms. Reach out, drop a message and connect with me there. Follow me first and then drop a message and I will respond there. And I look forward to connecting with you and helping you bust your stress. So as a closing quote, I'd like to share with you one good thing about music: when it hits you, you feel no pain. And that's Bob Marley. I did want to talk a little bit more about Bob Marley, but maybe that will be in a part 2 of our program. The power of music, unity, division, and emotional influence. It's been an exceptional exploration, and I look forward to bringing more of that exploration in a part 2 of this particular show, because there is so much that we can share. I'm feeling very emotional right now. So please download our app, USA Global TV and Radio, and be part of the global family, bringing hope, education, inspiration through storytelling. We are available on Amazon, Fire, Roku, Android, Apple TV, TikTok, X, and many, many more. We look forward to seeing you at the same time next week. That's Eastern Time, 2 p.m. and British Summer Time, it's 7 p.m. A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. If you're here on the live or the replay, thank you very, very much. We look forward to seeing you again at the same time next week. Bye-bye for now, and over to our wonderful sponsors. And a big thank you to Heather behind the scenes, who's been our amazing producer. Bye-bye for now.
In a world craving connection, one platform dared to dream bigger. USA Global TV and Radio, a beacon for global voices, authentic storytelling, and elevated listening. Led by visionary Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the journey from a spark to a global force is now captured in one inspiring book. Honored with YouTube's Silver Creator Award for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Discover the evolution, the challenges, the triumphs, and the unstoppable spirit that created a global movement. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang. Creative director Paul Garcia. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Now an Amazon #1 new release in paperback and ebook. Broadcasting Brilliance, the evolution of USA Global TV and Radio, is inspiring readers around the world. Join the movement that's redefining global media one story at a time. Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.